Here at Hyperfocus, we build digital brands. It just so happens we review and share our opinion and thoughts on the hottest rebrands in the design industry. In this video, we will break down core design elements, logo type, tone of voice, and colors, give you some insights and background as to how and why this brand exists, and at the end, we will give the brand a score out of 10 based on our breakdown. So make sure to stick around to the very end to see if you agree with the results. What's good, everybody, and welcome back to Hyperfocus. We are back with another brand review. It has been quite some time since we've had a brand review. I think the industry has been a little bit dry on brand reviews, but we are back with a brand new one, and we're super excited to be talking today about Linktree. Yeah?
That's correct.
And in this episode of our brand review, we will be breaking it down, and at the end of the video, we'll also be sharing our scores and our opinion on this brand new review, brand new rebrand.
Brand new brand review.
Brand new brand review, yes. So, Jan, let me hand it over to you.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, it's a quiet year in terms of
Absolutely.
brand reviews.
Yeah.
Of course, because there's not really like a big one, you know, like.
Well, I mean, we had Visa earlier in the year.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, last year there was like, you know, one big brand review after another. So It's definitely more quiet. Maybe the whole Corona thing had something to do with it. We don't know.
Yeah. So it's also meant that we have not been able to do as many brand reviews for you guys. So it's not our fault, although we apologize. But we are back with Linktree from Collins.
From Collins.
Yes. One of our favorite design studios, I would say, here at Hyperfocus. So
everyone's favorite designs.
I would say so too.
Especially the tech company's favorite design studio.
Yes, there seems to be quite a bit of a trend going over at Collins.
Mm-hmm. They got them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have some over at Hyperfocus. All right. Okay. Let's jump straight in, shall we?
Okay, Linktree. Just quick introduction into what Linktree does and what it is for those who never heard about it. Linktree pioneered the link in bio industry.
Okay, what's that then?
Sounds small, but it's actually pretty big.
Okay.
So it's a 6-year-old company from Melbourne. I mean, what do they do? They have like this link in bio.
Okay.
That's what they invented in Instagram and TikTok most of the time.
And this was born out of frustration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because social media channels were basically not allowing companies or users to have extra hyperlinks out of their apps. So out of frustration, they built this product.
Overnight,
yeah. Within 6 hours or something.
Within 6 hours, overnight. And then they had like 3,000 euros at the next day. Users. Maybe users and euros.
A bit more than that by now, but yeah.
3,000 users overnight, and that crashed the server. And now they have 23 million users.
What? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
23 million. Do you use Linktree yourself?
Not personally, no.
Okay, we have it on the Hyperfocus.
Yeah, that's what I know. Yeah.
Okay,
so they actually started to incorporate a wider range of services. Yeah, so like creator-facing tools they call them, and that's actually is the reason why I thought, okay, we need to change something. Because I think like the initial brand was like super basic, right? We can here have a look at the logo. Yeah, it's basically the original logo.
Says what it does on the tin, right? It's some trees linked.
Yeah, and the arrow.
Right?
Yeah, it's an arrow, like 3 arrows, and
true,
then a tree, like a nice, even, like little forest, I would say, right?
It's not bad.
It's not bad, no. Clean and simple, and but...
And those E's are very happy. A pair of happy E's.
Very happy E's, yeah, that's true. And that's like how the service looked like. Super simple, super basic.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we're going to dive a bit more into it when it comes to trends. I know we have a bit of an opinion on that. But yeah, it's definitely of a time, and it feels very trend, geared around a trend of a certain time.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it worked, but it didn't drive anyone crazy, right?
No.
All right, so they chose the famously known studio,
The mighty
Collins,
for their brand new rebrand.
Yeah.
What do they have to say about it?
The new Linktree is a vibrant platform that champions self-expression and drives the discovery of all the extraordinary things happening just beyond the feed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then let's have a look into the little video we found. It's not like an actual brand video. It's more like a first teaser, more like promotional kind of video.
So actually, it was actually quite hard to find too much stuff, right?
They have a lot of stuff on their website.
On their website, but actually we went on the Collins website. There was nothing there yet. I think it's coming soon. So this is super early. It'll also be nice to see how they break it down as well in their entirety. That was just like a little clip of something that they said.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's have a look at the video.
Let's have a look at the video.
Link everything you do, everything you love, everything you are with Linktree. One link to share your entire digital universe and connect your audience to what matters most. Everything you create, curate, and sell, all in one link. Link everything you are with Linktree.
Yeah, that is Linktree.
Yeah, let's discuss. Yeah, I mean, it seems like TikTok is dominating the social media space at the moment, and for some reason, even though TikTok doesn't have too much of a brand when it comes to like the graphic essence of it, when I see something like this, I kind of immediately think it's very TikTok-y, right? Which is a good thing for TikTok, right? Of course, it feels very round and bubbly and youthful and vibrant, but so do a lot of other companies right now. And I think, I definitely see this is very kind of dribble-esque. It feels very on trend, as it were. And I think that's always something that's very dangerous for a company to do, because eventually that trend is not on trend anymore, right? So where do you go with it? Yeah, how do you continue to develop the story? I mean, there needs to be a space for brands to have really cutting edge stuff that's very of the moment, but I think you also need to have some kind of plan of how to move forward with it. So I think I'd be really interested to see what the next steps are and how they actually evolve what they have.
Gave already like your full conclusion on the brand.
Yeah, I know that. I've just got a lot to say on it because, I've got a bit of an opinion.
Okay, let's look into like each of these little elements we just looked at. I mean, it was the whole video. We saw the whole brand. Let's have a quick look in like the separated elements they're using. So first of all, so the driving force for the brand, was with a maximalist visual language. The new look prioritizes deeper connection and global accessibility for 1.2 billion people looking at Linktrees each month. So accessibility, global accessibility.
Important topic.
That was like one of the driving forces for this rebranding, and we will see this also like in the elements. So the logo, first of all. What do you think about the logo?
It's inoffensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's simple, quite tacky, so very geometrical kind of, the typography is very geometrical, the shapes they're using. It is actually an arrow pointing to a growing network of online spaces which forms an abstract tree. Okay.
I mean, if I look at it, to be honest, it feels a little unbalanced somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The eye is kind of, it really stands out. It kind of throws the whole left-hand side of the logo to one side. The E's, my happy E's from earlier, are not as happy as they were. And they don't feel right. You have this, I probably would have gone with a lowercase L, to be honest, and maybe chopped off the top of the K, and brought the top of the L down, so you actually had some kind of balance, you know. So there's some height distinction within the logo. So if you were to kind of draw a straight line in there, you find it very difficult. You know, it's all kind of goes up and down, up and down, up and down, and then at the end there's a tree.
Very close to the logo, right?
Yeah,
Very
close.
attached to it. I mean, that's maybe they try to balance it, you know, because with a small L, then it would look weird because of the logo being so close.
Yeah. That's me, you know, really kind of.
Now I see. Now I see a toilet brush.
Ooh, let's not tell Collins about that. Huh?
No, it's a tree. It's a tree.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
okay.
Arrows, yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, it wasn't so bad. I think maybe they could have evolved it from where it was. This seems like a bigger step away from where it was, and I don't know if it's fantastic. I think the logo, like the iconic element at the end, could stand on its own and be recognizable. That's nice. But as the font, I'm not really feeling myself.
Okay. Yeah, I also think like the logo, yeah, but maybe we see it then also if the logo is more separated, like the icon from the word mark. Okay, and another big thing is, I mean, like pretty much all the latest brand reviews we did, there was a custom typeface, and in this case, we have another custom typeface. It's called Link Sans. And it's done by a foundry, which is called ATS Type from Melbourne. It's actually Melbourne. That's the same place where Linktree where Linktree comes from.
We have a bit of a tongue twister today with this brand.
And that's where their headquarters is. And actually, I read that one of the founders of Linktree, because he instead of watching TV, he says he binge through Linktrees from new users.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And that's what he does in the evening. So, and then he was not really looking for like a foundry, but then he found these guys.
Wicked.
And they actually claim that they are focused on delivering like specifically typefaces for multicultural use.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're like, what did they say? They want to like not like Europe typefaced focused or something like this. They're really, every font they make should be like super international, which then, you know, fits really good to the whole accessibility kind of driving force Linktree has.
Nice. I mean, actually, if they'd have used this font in the logo, I think that probably would have worked.
Yeah, I also
somehow
find there's like a little. They're
There's
not really
disconnect, right?
No,
They don't really fit
connection
together. Yeah,
between the logo and the typeface. Yeah, because the logo is very geometric, as I said. It's very straight lines and feels very constructed. And the Link Sans has more like a humanistic touch to it. You know, that's why it looks very curvy. The bold versions, you know, which I really like. It's a nice typeface. But yeah, because then they also play the logo really big, as we can see here. Yeah. And then you can see, okay, that these both then do not really fit very well together.
I mean, typically you should not like match your font inside the brand with the font of the logo, but something that at least complements it. And I just think these two things don't go together. If it was another weight from the font that they created and it was just altered slightly, so you got the essence from the DNA of the font itself, maybe would have worked a little bit better.
Okay, so the vision was to build a typeface that looks the same and has the same character, thickness and feel in Brazil as it does in Indonesia, Australia and India. And let's have a look at the color palette. So, very colorful, right? So,
yeah, I mean, you can definitely see this as a digital brand. Right, it ain't going anywhere else outside of digital space because those colors are not going to work anywhere out of a digital space. So it's nice to actually to see a digital brand first approach.
Yeah, and there's also like they have this canopy green, which is like the main brand color, and like all the other colors are actually ultimately led by accessibility again. Yeah, so fantastic. All the combinations are meeting the AA standards.
Perfect. Big fan. Absolute big fan of that.
So now you can see like this whole,
Yeah.
accessibility, multicultural kind of topic playing through every element.
Okay, and I can also see me eating my words from what I said earlier.
All right, imagery, design that puts people first. So yeah, they just want to show like they're the people who use the platform and the service. So all the creators, so they are like actually at the front, and you can see it through the whole imagery.
I think this is my TikTok, Insta kind of social like connection. I think that's where I'm getting that feeling from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but why not?
Yeah, so there's no like...
That's what influencers are there for, right?
Yeah.
To use.
Yeah, so there's no like it's just people.
Yeah.
Nothing else, no environments or whatever, just people and young, cool, poppy fresh people, right?
Although the pictures will not look like that. Right? This is stock. Yeah, I mean, to be able I don't know. I suppose if you're an influencer, then maybe you have a good set of PR photos behind you.
Could always also be like musicians, and they all have good like photography, like press pictures.
Okay.
It looks like quite authentic to me.
Okay. Authentic cowboy hat.
So you had a look at the website, right? Do you have an opinion on the UI and the whole digital experience?
I did. Yeah, as I said, it's very much on trend. It's big, it's over the top, it's brass, it's in your face. It's something I love. I love this look. We've also been doing this a bit in the studio as well with some of the brands we've been working on. Mm-hmm. I think it's nice. But I think there's too much. There's way too much. Actually, I think these guys probably got hold of a lot of information from Linktree. Right, and they had to deal with a lot of content because you can see that they probably had the argument of breaking down language and the text into bite-sized pieces to make it easier to digest. But there's a lot of it. It's over and over and over again. So yeah, there's a lot of it. They've definitely tried to condense everything down into bite-sized pieces, but there is a lot of copy throughout the website. So I found myself at first thinking, okay, this is a nice place to be. But then as I started to dive deeper, I started to find more and more and more. And to be honest, I don't know how much you can really build around a link, right? And they've really tried to do that. So as you start to actually go into the learn part of the website, you start to find community, you start to find articles, you start to everything that you would expect. So I think these guys went into Collins and just said, look guys, we want everything and we're going to give you a shit ton of money. And Collins were like, if you want everything, all right then, let's do it. Because I don't see that it's being condensed. I don't see the UX team going, no, get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of this. Because maybe they tried, but they wanted a lot. And I just think for the interaction and the experience of the brand, it could have been slimmed down way more. Because I kind of, from a user's perspective as well, I kind of want in and out. And if I want to go further than the freemium, I want to go in a bit deeper, make a decision, then out. I don't know if I need all of those things around the actual product itself. Yeah, I think it's just a bit too much.
It's a bit overwhelming. Yeah. I agree. Just on a website, I noticed that they work with this kind of 3D kind of visuals, right?
Yeah,
it looks. I think you mentioned Dribble at the beginning, right?
Yeah, sure.
That's where I had to think as well. This kind of look when you have like the different layers and then they're moving, and it's kind of cool. But yeah, we have seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, Dribble is every UI designer's wet dream. When you go into a meeting, you bring your Dribble, your shots, and you're like, this is how it should be. It never is, but in this case, it seems to have ended up being
in there.
Just that, yeah.
Yeah. So just before we wrap it up, there's some more examples, some out of home campaigns. yeah, pretty cool.
Nice. It's interesting to see digital design. Actually, I said I don't think I'm going to see anything out of the digital space, but I am doing. If this is actually real,
No,
I
it's
don't know.
Not real, but maybe it's not. I don't know, but yeah,
I mean, I think I have those mock-ups in somewhere on my computer anyway.
yeah, possibly.
So I don't know if that's real. But if they're going to do it, then what I do like is that we start to see digital influencing out of home and print, because that is a pure digital aesthetic that you'd be used to experiencing in a digital environment, in a real world environment. And I think that's quite cool.
And they use like a different technique here. Actually, it's more like this, like crop out kind of copy and paste kind of aesthetic, which we haven't seen on the website.
Yeah, true.
All right, that's everything. So let's give it a score.
Okay. Well, you go first, because you've already heard a lot of my opinion.
Yeah, you have an opinion. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think the logo is too bad. Actually, I also, when I look at the out of home campaigns, I kind of like it. Looks somewhat cutting edge to me. I don't know why. And I like the whole idea behind reaching a lot of people, make it accessible for everyone, and then translating it into a custom typeface and into a nice color palette. That's really cool. What I also see is, because what everyone says the first time he looks at it, says like, okay, it looks a bit like Spotify. And we know that Collins also was involved in Spotify, so yeah, it's kind of goes in the same direction. But as you also said, like, there's a lot of this kind of stuff out there at the moment. We ourselves are guilty of building something which goes in this direction. So this is like, let's say it lacks a little bit of distinctiveness.
Yeah.
And that's why I give it a 7.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I think you kind of get my opinion. Like, I already expressed it quite a lot, but there are definitely plus points for accessibility, and also really considering type. Type is often forgotten, I think, and not elevated enough in branding, or the client getting behind it. We always want it as designers, but it never actually often gets done, but well done on that. So definitely a plus point. It's a bit trendy, a bit seen. It's okay. And for that, I think I am going to give it a 6. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
7 and a 6. It's all right. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
All right. With that just about wraps it up for another brand review. I would just like to say thank you very much if you've got this far. Don't forget to like this video. It helps us to grow the channel, and subscribe for more content just like this. And as always, we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye-bye.